The one good trick. Nestor and Finnegan were unlikely friends walking through the golden woods. Nestor was a quiet cat with soft paws and a thoughtful gaze, while Finnegan was a fox with a very busy tail and an even busier mouth. They spent the whole morning discussing who was the wisest animal in the forest, their voices echoing through the tall trees. Finnegan puffed out his chest and stopped in his tracks. "I have a whole sack full of tricks," he bragged, waving his paws in the air to show just how large his imaginary sack was. "I can hide in a hole, run in a zigzag, or even trick the wind itself. I am the most clever creature you will ever meet." Nestor tilted his head and sat down, smoothing his whiskers. "That is very impressive, Finnegan," he said quietly. "But I only have one trick. It is a simple one, and it has served me well whenever I am in a pinch. I don't need a sack full of plans when one good one will do." Finnegan let out a loud, barking laugh that made the birds fly away. "Only one trick? My poor, simple friend. You should travel with me more often, so I can teach you the ways of the world. I have enough clever ideas to fill a library, while you have only your tiny little plan." Suddenly, the peaceful forest grew quiet. Then, a sharp sound echoed through the trees. It was the tan-ta-ra of a hunter's horn, followed by the distant sound of galloping horses. Finnegan froze, his ears twitching as he looked back toward the edge of the woods. Nestor's fur began to stand on end. He could hear the deep, rhythmic baying of a pack of hounds. They were coming fast, their paws thundering against the dry leaves on the forest floor. The sound was getting louder and louder with every heartbeat. "This is my trick," Nestor cried. He didn't waste a single second. In the blink of an eye, he unsheathed his sharp claws and scrambled up the rough bark of a giant oak tree nearby. He climbed higher and higher until he was safely tucked away among the thick green leaves. Down on the ground, Finnegan was in a panic. He looked left and he looked right. "Should I hide in the brambles?" he whispered to himself, his tail twitching nervously. "Or should I dive into the badger's old den? Maybe I should double back across the stream to hide my scent." The hounds were very close now. Their barking filled the air. Finnegan tried to open his imaginary sack of tricks, but there were too many to choose from. He ran in a small circle, then stopped, then turned again, unable to decide which clever plan would save him from the approaching pack. From his high branch, Nestor watched as the hounds finally reached the spot where the fox was still trying to decide what to do. He sighed and shook his head, glad to be safe and sound. "One good plan that works," Nestor whispered to the leaves, "is worth 1,000 tricks that don't."